Good evening, everybody. How we all doing? I see we got Rajanka and Lurka here. Alright. Is the camera going to work on the first try? Is the question. Wow. That's rare. Well, I see somebody decided to start spending points again. Well, it looks like we're going to have a mommy all night voice. So this will be a fun stream now. Okay, then. That's not interesting. That's an interesting one. So how was everybody's weekend? Anybody do anything fun or interesting? I mostly just got some moving stuff done. I'm kind of stuck in a thing where I have to do it in slow little bursts because I don't have a lot of room right now to bring everything in, but eventually. Ooh, that sounds fun, Lurka. Well, now all we need is Shiny just to show up so we can fluster her with this voice. We're just gonna leave those two there. Alright, this is rare. I actually have everything working on the first try. And of course the camera's just slightly off. So unfortunately, other me, can you get your ass out of my face? If this was a blue Twitch, I wouldn't mind it. So unfortunately, this model, he broke off his foot again, so we're gonna have to try and fix it real quick, so then I can put it out in its base. Put it out in its little space that I've got set now. Which Night Lord's book are you reading, though, Lurka? There we go. Much better. Now that that's fixed. Sorry, I have to try and center everything to the main frame. There we go. Alright, so here's the question. What are we gonna do tonight? Hi, Micah. Enjoy the lurking. Lurka decided he would redeem a fun little redeem we have. Where's my polls option? Ooh. Do tell, Lurka. So there are two options that I'm about to post in this first poll. That's say mod Gojira and mod Robot. Technically, we're going to do them at the same time. I just want to see which one you want to see first. Because we now have this glow in the dark. One second. Sorry about that. I thought I just heard somebody try and break into my car. Yes. Micah, this is a 3D print, specifically Lord of the Prince. King Lizard Monster, I think is what it's called. I don't remember its exact name. To get back where I was going before I thought my car was getting broken into. We're going to take this glow-in-the-dark powder and we're going to put it here in the mouth and a light amount on the dorsal fins. The dorsals. Because I realized I have it now, I might as well play around with it. But while we're doing that, we're also going to put some on this robot. And I just wanted to see if you guys want to do that. If not, we will paint up some of the Necron boys tonight. Or we can start on some of these Madara figures, and where we just kind of just paint them as I feel like it. But I'm going to get this poll started, and we'll see what happens. But, yeah, Micah Genuous, I have a 3D printer. In fact, it is actually right behind me. I've just yet to get it set up properly since I moved into my place. I've got to do housing for it. I just have to get a couple more things, and then I can start printing stuff. But funny enough, if there's anything you ever want printed, just let me know. Ooh, very nice then. But let us see what ones. I had a feeling he would. Ooh. What particular model, I should ask? Elegoo Mars Pro 2 for me. That's to keep the pop filter on. So the one downside to this model, when I got it from, when I printed it, he's very thin. So he has had some battle damage, which, considering it's Gojira, should probably be like blue blood, but it is what it is. Oh, who could have predicted that would win? I already had a feeling I knew which one was going to win, so I just decided I'd start getting it ready. Interestingly enough, where I'm planning to put this guy once he's done, once he's all dry and ready, hopefully that's more than enough. Actually, that's probably way more than I actually need. Let's go with a gloss varnish. So this is actually specifically... I should probably water it down. Actually, for the mouth, let's leave it thick, because I do need the mouth and eyes to glow. So, really what I'm trying to do is I want it to be subtle in the normal light. But then when he's been charging for a bit, you'll actually see him glowing in the dark. Is what I'm hoping to go for. Funny thing is, this isn't even the biggest model I've painted, Micah. This was the biggest for a while. Technically, I've painted the Fool's Gold Tarrasque, if you've seen that model. Hi, Shiny. Take a guess what take a guess what somebody redeemed.
Somebody must have redeemed an all-night mommy voice.
Well, what would have ever given that away?
God damn it, Orca.
The fact that we all know the usual suspect for that.
Damn right.
Well, to be also fair, I think he has like 20,000 at this point. He has a stupid amount of points. I do know that. Like, I don't like. I would have to specifically make something just for him to redeem points to get rid of them all.
Yeah. Well, knowing him, you'd probably save about twice as much for it.
Well, that's why I said I'd have to do it one time just to get rid of all his points and then make him restart. So we decided, since you just jumped in, unless you've been watching, we were going to modify my Godzilla using the glow pigment.
Ooh.
So that's what we're doing right now, is we're lightly putting some on, and then I'm going to charge him for a few seconds and see if it turns out the way I was hoping it would.
Well, hopefully it does.
It should. It works for these little stone guys that I have here, which might not be on camera. It works, I just haven't charged these guys yet, and they have to charge, they work best by charging them in UV. It's just I don't have my
reading something somewhere where UV overclocks it.
It overclocks it, but it's technically the best thing to do to activate it. Technically, a regular light will work. It just you have to keep it in that light a lot longer than UV.
Yeah. I know how that how I show glowy dice off is with one of those blacklight flashlights.
Well, well, I didn't really have one of those. I need to get. That was somebody else's I was borrowing. I had to give it back to them.
I just realized how scantily clad this Guardian is.
Which character?
That one Guardian that is holding a sword. It looks like a half naked from Sisters of Battle.
Is that one I printed for you, or is that a different one?
It's a different one. It's one that came as a freebie from Build Plate.
Ah.
I didn't have a base for her, so I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna paint her up anyway, even though I don't have a base, and I'm gonna what's the word I'm looking for? I'm gonna paint her up in my own style.
Well, to be fair, that's most of the Madara figures when we get to them finally. Because I could go grab their cards and print them up and paint them up like the card has them. But I could also just go by what the vibes I get.
Yeah. Well, the way this one's, the vibes it's giving me is, hey, I'm a half-naked, guardian standing guard at, like, one of those grim dark fortresses. Then I'm trying to finagle, Golem and Flesh.
Yeah, that...
To see where that line is, where you have to be extremely careful versus just glorbing it on there.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's one of those ones I always have a weird time with. I've seen people use it amazingly, and then I've seen other people where it's just like, hey, I used Gilliman Flesh as the base, and then I use like 20 other paints on top of it. I'm like, that defeats the purpose.
Yeah, like speed paint is meant to be used as its name implies.
Mm-hmm.
Speed paint.
Well, contrast in this case, but yeah.
Yeah, well,
It's
to me, contrast and speed paint are the same damn thing, but just made by two different companies.
Technically, yes, because game color is also the same thing, but you still have to thin game color.
Yeah. See, my issue with Citadel, it coffee stains a lot if you're not careful.
Well, that's kind of always been GW's thing, but yeah. And because we still have some of the paint left over, we're going to use it on our Robo friend here.
Mm.
Well, I've always wanted a glowy blue going on with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I finally have it, we can finally do it.
Okay.
Because that's always kind of how I've been for the ASMR, it's always been kind of like a glowy blue effect I've always described their stuff as.
Fair enough.
So, being able to actually give the ASMR the effect I've always described them is going to be kind of nice.
Yeah. Well, it's like how those what's in my face girlies could benefit from that glowy
The mermaids?
paint shit.
The mermaids, maybe.
Yeah, I seen those on
The ones I painted, I mean.
Etsy recently.
Yeah, Gaz is starting to get popular, which is a good thing. I saw somebody kind of...
also be a bad thing when you think about it too.
Ronin's
that
been big.
Just means all the streamers are gonna want the minis, and it's gonna be damn near impossible to get a safe word version of them.
3D printer go burr.
Yeah, touche.
There's a reason I do commissions for that very reason.
Yeah. And I'm still waiting on that mini from Micah as well.
He's in the chat.
I know. I've seen him.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the Postal Goblins, either... So, one of two things could have happened. Either Micah hadn't sent it off yet, or the Postal Goblins would have lost it, like always.
Maybe.
Son of a bitch.
Alright, where is my... Can I get my
Accidentally painted a Revan. It's fine. Little, either McCrag, Fiston, or one of the other colors will easily cover that.
Well,
I finally put the Fire Slayer flesh on the back of the wings.
ooh. Alright, I'm gonna
the
hope...
Nami mini.
Nice. Alright, I'm going to turn the light off after I do this for a few seconds. And we're going to see how well this guy glows. I might have to go turn another light off.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go turn another light off.
Well, I can already tell from here it's popping.
Well, that's because
Smaller one.
it's because it's on a black light, and this guy, yeah. 1 second, let's go turn off the other light, and then I'll turn this black light off, and we'll see.
You may have to turn off your overhead light, as well as stand up that one that's on the ground, laying down there.
Oh, shit. Okay, is this enough? Is the question. Yeah? Here, let's charge him from the top.
Ooh.
I think the only thing I forgot to do was... I love how much I've used this powder. I unintentionally charged this stuff.
Yeah.
I forgot to do his sword, which
Yeah,
I'll do
you
in a
forgot
second.
to do the sword and the carapace on top.
No, I did.
Must have been a bad angle then for the
Well,
camera.
yeah, well, bad angle for the camera, but if you look, it is glowing. I just need to charge it a lot longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, this guy is pretty much an obvious what's going on. But the robot's not what we were. The robot's not what we were intending to do here.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to charge it before I reveal it.
Looking forward to have to get up at 6:30 tomorrow morning.
Oh, I didn't realize these pants glowed. If you can't tell, he is charging. It's just I have to do it a really weird way.
Yeah.
And Micah Genuous sent you a thing.
Alright, I will take a look, Micah.
I'm very happy now. I didn't charge everything, but I charged him from the angle that matters.
Okay, yeah, Micah, just go back into the section, delete it quickly, and then send it to the current one.
It works.
Oh,
It's
hell
not.
yeah.
It's not exactly how I was hoping it was going to look, but it does look nice.
Yeah.
I mean, the dorsals are kind of what matters more, as long as the mouth and the eyes glow,
Yeah.
too. That's kind of better.
Also, I've seen a rendition of Zillow with pink spines and mouth and eyes.
Oh, yeah, because that's the new movie.
Mm.
Which is loosely based off of Burning.
Mm.
I think that's what they're supposed to be going for. The new movie has him with a pink. Has him with a pink glow. This night is ruined. How is this night ruined, Lurka?
But yeah, Mike, just, yeah, like I said, delete it from the other one and send it to the current one. Don't send it to the one with the Gabo as its picture.
Oh, my eyes. Okay, let's...
Thank you, Almond.
Oh, shit. Let's quickly finish up the sword. And then we can say the robot's done too. No! Well, go take care of her, Lurka.
Yeah, go take care of your mom, Lurka. Your mom takes precedence over us.
I didn't want to make more. I'm trying not to waste all this blue powder just yet. The problem is, I think what I should do is, for the sword, let's try this. Because technically I haven't been thinning this pigment yet. I need to see how it reacts to being thinned. Because if it still works... You should be with her, Lurka. At least until she gets on the ambulance, and then just sit back and wait. That might be too thin, but we will see. My daughter can't and will not be alone. Well, I didn't say to leave your daughter alone. I said just sit with your mom until the ambulance gets there. Oh, by the way, Micah Genuous, this is a Comet Lord Minis Iron Golem.
did you hear what I said earlier, by the way, Micah?
So if you're looking for something interesting to paint, Micah Genuous, that's what to look for. That's
I
good.
don't think Micah heard me.
He might have.
Did they have their lights going as well? Because that may be a code 3.
Well, she's sitting there waiting, so I think she might be fine. But yeah,
Yeah, it could be a code 2 then. Because I know lights, siren, and horn are code 4 here, at least.
sorry, I'm just trying to kill off this last little bit of stuff so we don't waste it.
Holy shit, Skeletor's blowing the fuck up.
It's because he's trendy, but yeah. Plus, I think a new season of He-Man just came out.
Yeah, well, definitely posted it at the right time then. Holy shit.
Well, I've seen a few clips of him killing the Netflix version of He-Man show, version of Hordak. Because there's the She-Ra version of Hordak, and then there's the She-Ra version of Hordak, and then there's the He-Man version. By the way, this is the He-Man with Mark Hamill as Skeletor.
Oh yeah, I forgot Mark Hamill did He-Man or Skeletor at one point.
He's doing Skeletor. He's the current Skeletor voice.
Motherfuckers everywhere.
Well, okay, so if you've seen the TikTok clip of it's like, oh, what are we going to do? Just go up in a pot and just please ask her nicely not to destroy the world? Oh God, we are. That's him. Which the fact that is probably the most Skeletor thing to say.
Yeah.
That is also the show where basically they kind of established that He-Man has always had the power, but the sword was like a conduit to focus how he looked.
Yeah.
Because what ended up happening is he ends up giving Skeletor the sword at some point. Skeletor uses the sword, gets all buff and tough and badass. And then Prince Aaron is just like, I always wondered what would happen if I said the words without the sword in my hand. He turns into the fucking Hulk.
It doesn't surprise me.
Well, not the Hulk, but he basically just becomes just all of his rage and anger. Yeah, that's pretty much what he does, Lurka. Basically, he ends up beating the ever-living shit out of Skeletor and pretty much all his other cronies. But the problem is, unfortunately, because he can't turn himself back, he basically just goes on a rampage for a little while. Yeah, there's a whole convoluted story, and I had to get into the spoilers. That's just the most I can talk about that scene without giving like story spoilers away.
Yeah. Oh, of course. There's a fucking. Okay. Know what character I'm making on Hero Forge next, because the series refuses to die because I keep seeing that fucking 8-foot woman everywhere.
Alright, let's see here. We have the figures split left and right. All of these are the Necrons, and all of these are the Madara figures. We are probably not going to get through all the Madara figures tonight. We're just going to start on the ones that look interesting, and if we have duplicates, we will paint the duplicates up. Although I think one of these is a player character I just forgot to set up, which is this one. The rest of these are monsters.
Oh, they look dope.
Yeah, Madara is kind of in the same vein as... I'm going to get the poll started so we can chat about it. Madara is kind of in the same vein as Kingdom Death and Monsters, where it's this giant box that comes with almost everything you need to play at least the base game. It's a dungeon crawler, but there's also some TTRPG aspects to it. Yeah. As well as, if you like JRPGs, it plays a lot like a JRPG.
Yeah, well, fair enough.
At least in what I've been able to read and figure out, because it's got some weird wording in it for a game like this. This kind of comes off as more of one of those games you buy the box for the minis and all the tile stuff you can use for other games. But it comes with enough stuff that it's like, oh, you could try playing it by yourself. You could try playing it. That's kind of how it comes off to me. But it is very interesting. It's just the problem is you have to have at least 2 to 4 people to play it. It's not a game you can just start. you have to have 4 people dedicated to playing it. And this isn't like a D&D session where there's a lot of improv and there's downtime, but there's also a lot of other stuff going on. It's wonky. It's the same problem as Kingdom Death. You have to have everybody wanting to play Kingdom Death. If not, it's just kind of like nobody's going to exactly want to play it all night.
Yeah.
Especially since Kingdom Death and Madara are those kind of games where you could potentially not finish the game, have to put it on pause, come back, and keep playing.
Yeah.
It's not, and unlike a D&D campaign where everybody can take notes and you can generally get an idea from where you were at last time, and the DM kind of has a general idea. Madara is you have to make sure all your figures are in the right place and everything, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. I can see how that get annoying over time.
Yeah. Now, they do have a fast way to play the game, and that's probably the more fun way to learn the basic mechanics and everything. But you have to really want to go out of your way to do that. You still have to want to go out of your way. I think the game says the base version is like 1 to 2 hours, and then the full game can take 4+ hours is what it says.
Yeah.
Plus, I have the first box. There's at least now 3 boxes like what I have under my feet right now.
Mm.
In fact, let me pull up Madara's website and I'll tell you if they've added a 4th one. Yes, they call it a story-driven tactics board game. And I think it jokingly said, what is the all-in bundle? That's new. Ooh. There's a cute model there's some pinup models they have now. Which is just taking from Kingdom Death right there. Okay. Store. I am looking for core games. That's Act 1. .2. The 1.2 update pack will fully update your 1.0 to 1 version. I need to see what version I have. Okay, so like Kingdom Death, they have a card fix now too, which probably which is actually kind of good to know. In fact, I'm going to set that up so that I can be notified when that's all in. I thought they had an Act 2 and an Act 3 box. Oh no, they have a Kickstarter for Act 2. Or do they have, or is Act 2 just out? Sorry, I'm trying to find... Weird. Okay, I thought they had... I'm having a weird moment of I thought they have a beach episode, funny enough.
Yeah, because obligatory...
Well, they have... It's called Vestalia, which it looks like that's their beach episode, because they have... I guess they have two. Yeah, kill monsters, get loot, and level up in a bikini. Yeah, so they have. Is it two different versions of it? Or I'm guessing it's just. Oh yeah. Okay, so it's. I don't know. Weird. I do find it annoying that it's $100, but it does come with some art. So it comes with more than just the base game stuff. It comes with some art cards. It comes with some expansion cards and a couple of other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have swore they had. I guess you can buy just the models. Weird. I could have swore you could buy Volume 2, but I guess. I wouldn't mind trying those incense, though. I guess. I don't know. Weird. Okay. I did see the Necrons one. I got really sidetracked on that. Because I could have swore there was an Act 2 and an Act 3, but I'm not seeing it.
Yeah.
But then I see a complete trilogy. Oh, status update. That's probably more. Uh, 17. So this is from December 2022. Oh, okay, so I see what happened. So they were allowing you to buy. So I guess they were letting you buy Act 2 and 3, but they weren't ready yet because they were treating it like a Kickstarter, but not. But now it's like no. Now it's actually a Kickstarter. So now you have to wait until everything's finished and we can actually start sending the boxes out.
Yeah.
As long as they don't do it Kingdom Death's way, where it's like you have to wait till they have them back in stock on Kickstarter. Which I think they've now finally started selling them directly on the website. Which actually, speaking of, how much is the digital version of the game? Because I might encourage a couple of people to buy that and we could play that sometime. Because a boutique nightmare horror might be fun to play on stream. Shop.
You know how I am. I'm a little bitch when it comes to horror.
It's... Fuck, that's a pretty model. Oh, fuck, they're both pretty. They have Lunar Twilight Night, which is... It's their pinup models. Fuck, they're all actually really pretty, especially if that one comes with the gold blade. They have a Chinese New Year and a Lunar Twilight model. I like the Lunar Twilight's dress more, but the Chinese New Year dress is actually pretty cute. To tell you... Oh, the simulator is $20. Yay. So, this is to tell you how much... how much the base game of Kingdom Death goes for. If you want the newest version of the game, which is Kingdom Death Monster 1.6, it's $420.
Oh, shit.
Yes. Then, if you want the Gambler's Chest, which adds a bunch of extra monsters and a bunch of extra cards, that's another $400. Or you can buy both together for $20 less for $800. But wait, there's more. You can also buy, it looks like it's all the expansions, or at least all the ones that have been converted to 1.6. I think it's all the ones that have been converted to 1.6 so far, for another $1,000. And that's not including the special... That's not including the specialty versions of them. Like the special pinup variants and the Echoes of Death and the special bosses that only come like... So the Satan Twins are a perfect example of this. The Satan Twins are $30 for their base game version. And then to have their base game version, Echoes of Death, which is variants of the player characters, is $75, which I think is a few different variants of it. And then there's a bunch of the pinup versions of the characters, or you can buy the Pinups of Death boxes, which I believe I have 2 or 3. I have to check my box that I have. And each of those Pinups of Death boxes is about $125 each, and there's about 5 of them. And each of the Echoes of Death boxes is about $75. And then there's the White Giga Lion, which is $85. Yeah. To have every single thing for Kingdom Death, minus like some of the like pinup models and minus the pinup models technically,
Yeah.
is like $2,000 or $3,000. There is a reason why I think it currently holds the world record for the most expensive board game.
Well, I can see why. She's a goddamn beat.
But to be fair, I've painted a couple of Kingdom Death models. I was trying to see if I had one within reaching distance. They're very nice models.
Yeah. Still.
Yeah. No, I Oh yeah, no, I am not disagreeing with you. They are expensive as fuck. To be fair, I prefer buying their painters models, which are the really big ones. Which are the big 75mm models. Because it's just nicer. Well, for one thing, you can actually see what you're painting on the model.
Yeah.
I really need to figure out how to make it to where whenever that soundbite plays, it just has me like in some weird pose and the to be continued meme happens.
Yeah.
The fact that my Necrons are that easy to paint. Although I'm pretty sure I'm running out of my Armageddon dust.
Well, I don't know how to ship, but I have like 2 or 3 bottles you can have.
As long as they're sealed, it'll be fine. And we'll figure out a trade or something.
I have no intention of using it because it's just like I don't like using like texture paints.
Well, okay, so to be fair,
At least the Armageddon dust, at least.
well, okay, so to be fair, um, I'm pointing this out because this is using the GW texture paint for snow. Okay, should I just go grab Toby?
Yeah, you may as well.
Because then I can explain what I was going to say. So I know how to make this kind. I know how to make snow texture paint. That's the easiest one, because that's just baking 1 part baking soda to. No, it's like a tablespoon. It's like 1 part baking soda, 1 part PVA glue. It's something like that. I don't remember the exact recipe. I have to look it up every time I do it. I would assume if you could just get the color right for Armageddon dust and find like a good mud or dirt texture, you could probably put a few drops of that into that mixture. And in theory, that should work at making Armageddon dust.
Yeah, fair enough.
If not, I'm pretty sure option 2 would probably, funny enough, would probably be using something like tile grout or something like that.
Yeah.
Like thin down tile grout. If you had to paint a lot of models. If you're painting 1 or 2 if you're painting a handful of small Necrons that don't need a lot of it, yeah, it's fine. To be fair, I prefer using, and I have no models in here that have it, but almost all my orcs are using it. Oh, do you remember that giant spider I painted for Lurka? The Robo Spider thing? Or no? Shiny?
Yeah, sorry, I was zoning out.
I was saying, if you remember that spider thing I painted for Lurka?
Yeah.
If you remember that weird gravel that I put on it?
Yeah.
That is just a lizard tank. I actually still have that stuff stockpiled somewhere around.
Well, the more you know.
Well, yeah, no, it's...
You have a good night.
Alright. Have a good evening. Oh, I need the gold, right. Yes, your Venom Crawler, Lurka. I wasn't sure if Shiny was going to know what that thing was called. I wasn't sure if she was going to understand what I was talking about, so that's why I was saying Robo Spider. Well, that's the problem. I was like, okay, we were talking about terrain paint. We were talking about making our own terrain stuff, and I was talking about how I used the lizard tank sand as the base for your models, for some of your models, and my orcs. And I was trying to figure out if there was a way I could make Armageddon dust in a large amount, because then we could do a base painting night. And now we have to paint each of these guys up in their respective orders. I really need to paint some, like, print some barnacles and stuff and put them on these guys. Just so the ocean effect goes even further with them. What, printing some Sea life? If I had been clever, barnacles. Oh, yeah, no. Well, to be fair, the only thing I really have to do for the barnacles, there is a couple of tricks I could do. I could get some diamond studs and then paint them up as like little black and brownish spots on them. What I really should have done is get some like sea anemones and stuff like that and glue them to the base. Or see if somebody makes them. Because if I could get some, paint them up. Unless there's some pretty good pre-made ones that are also already painted up. If there's some pretty good pre-made ones, we would just put them on there, splotch them on, and be done with it. Technically, I just need to sell the illusion that they've been underwater for a really long ass time. Some of these guys might have to get a second coat of bronze. practice doing the sloppy base coat. The nice thing is, once these guys are all painted up, or at least close enough, my Necron army is officially ready to go. Ooh, but if things work out this week, I might be getting Power Washer Simulator just because they now have the Warhammer 40k DLC. I need to see if my PC can run it first. If not, we'll see if my Xbox can. And we'll probably play it and a few of the other DLC levels. The fact that you are playing as a Skitarii is even funnier. Or at least that's what the Power Washer's outfit looks like. It's a Skitarii uniform. Alright, let's see here. Let's get the gold on. You gotta love when I have such a simple paint scheme that's just more. How fast can I figure out how to speed paint this without making it look like crap? Oh, I hate doing that, but let's. Alright, I do need the metal for the weapons. we'll go take care of her then. Alright then, Lurka. Why was there a Japanese subway audio? Okay, weird. That's just the loading screen for the simulation, Lurka. Don't worry about it. It just means your graphics settings are low. You just need to reset them. Alright then. Alright. Sorry, I have to stretch. Trying to get my dry brush board. Oh shit, no! Lurka, what was I just talking about? I literally just said if all things go right this week, we'll probably, if all things go right this week, I'll try and get it or see if it's on Game Pass. Fair enough, Lurka. I mean, it's gonna be that or Helldivers, I think is what we're gonna get. Really just all depends on how much money I have. post rent and bills. I know, I don't know which one I want, and I'm pretty sure it's just going to be whichever one I can. The problem is, with Helldivers, I'm pretty sure my PC is going to start crying the minute I try and run it. And my Xbox, I'm going to have to play on, like, the cloud version. To be fair, what's funny is I've never played the first Helldivers, but I'm pretty sure, just watching all the memes and stuff about it, I'm pretty sure it's one of those games where you don't have to know a lot going in. Alright, that should be all the washing needing to be done. At this point, I think we just have to do the weapons. The weapons and any of the other parts that need to have the pinkish glow effect. Funny thing is, there's also an Atomic Heart DLC, but the problem is I had to pay full price for that game. And I've still yet to beat the first game or its DLC. But I think this one's DLC takes place post base game ending. Well, post true ending, I think. So the first one takes place. So spoilers for the game that's been out for almost a year now. So the base game has two different endings. There's the walkaway ending and the fighting the professor who's been giving you all the missions. The one where you fight the professor and the robot girls is the true ending. The one where you walk away is not the true ending, even though it feels like it's probably the more realistic ending. So the first DLC takes place from that non-canon ending, where you go back into the area where Collective and all that is, and you fight Moira, the sexy fridge. This DLC seems to take place in that area that we would go to occasionally in the base game, where it was like a dreamlike state. This is basically a DLC that takes place in that area, and it's all about collecting your memories and stuff, from what I've seen. Which I have a feeling what it's doing is it's setting up an Atomic Heart 2 or one final DLC. If they have fixed the combat and everything, maybe we'll go back and play it. I just haven't felt the desire to play it. To be fair, I am looking more forward to the game Judas, which is by the same guy who made Bioshock. So that's actually making me a little bit excited. I'm waiting till the game's out before I make a decision on that one. Yes, I'm aware I've lost the voice, but then again, I started to get a sore throat doing it, so I'm just waiting until my voice gets back to normal. To be fair, I think there was like several times I broke it anyway. I'm just trying to use as much of this red up as I can. I figured we'd paint one of these up as a red slime, the other up as a green slime or something. Alright, let's see here. Damn it, I was hoping that was going to take us longer. See, I want to act like this was a lot of minis, but a lot of this was like my quick 3-coat tricks. 3 and 4 coat tricks to make this look like I painted a lot, when in reality it's just like a base coat and a dry brush. Here, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I want to see if we can make... I'm trying to get us to a nice even 12. Technically we're at 14 if we count the ones we repaired. Which is even funnier because these are going to go into a display box where you're going to see all these minis, so that they're always together for the game. Alright, before I go too far, does this look like some kind of slime monster, or does it look more like some kind of, like, ghost now? Either way, it works. Alright, let's see here. We've got 15 models. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. We've got 14 models plus one that we re-glued, so technically 15 models. And we started these guys. I just don't know where I want to go with them just yet. Alright, do we want to watch some ghost videos? For like 20-30 minutes? Can't really think of anything else to do. Alright. The fuck? Sorry, I saw something that I cannot click on, but it's just like, really? It's a clip for something, and I'm just like, really, YouTube? All right, let's see if maybe Nukes uploaded something within the last. No, we got his thing from 6 days ago. Alright. We've got a slapped ham we'll watch, so.
How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. You're about to see some of the most mysterious videos going around the internet. So smash that subscribe button right now and get ready for some creepy content. Just like this. Our first clip of the day was uploaded to Instagram by the Paranormal Viking. An employee allegedly caught this wild piece of footage while working the night shift at a mall. Take a look.
Had probably one of his coworkers screwing with him and pulling it down the straight down or something.
It's not known where exactly this footage was taken, but it's believed to be somewhere in South America. Some commenters ignored that unsettling feeling that this footage conjures up and suggested that it might just be a hoax. Perhaps magnets through the wall or even a remote-controlled gurney.
I love how they're like,
Said it's irrefutable proof of a spirit haunting the property.
or it's literally just somebody has fishing line attached to it.
Where do you sit on this irksome footage? Let me know in the comments down below.
Like, I love how there's always like way overcomplicated, and then every once in a while it's just like, it could literally just be somebody at the end of the hall pulling on some like fishing line or something.
Four daring paranormal researchers and YouTubers embarked on an eerie adventure to uncover the truth behind the notorious Harrisville farmhouse, the real-life inspiration for the spine-tingling movie The Conjuring. Matt Bent, Joe
One
Fatale,
of the
Bill
many.
Cook, and Eric Connor set out to investigate the chilling claims of supernatural occurrences in this historic farmhouse, leaving no stone unturned in their quest for the unexplained. The humble Harrisville farmhouse, located at 1677 Round Top Road in Harrisville, Rhode Island, is an 18th century structure with a sinister reputation. While The Conjuring was not filmed here, the terrifying events portrayed in the film supposedly took place within its walls during the 1970s, when the Perron family called it home. Since the release of The Conjuring back in 2013, the house has become a magnet for paranormal enthusiasts and skeptics seeking glimpses of the otherworldly. In 2019, Corey and Jennifer Heinzen purchased the property, transforming it into an official tourist attraction. Visitors could explore the house during daylight hours, participate in night investigations, and even attend live-streamed events. However, the Heinzens soon found themselves overwhelmed by the demand of running a popular haunted house, leading them to
That's
put
kind of
it
the
for sale.
problem.
In May
Yeah.
2022, the house found a new owner in Jacqueline Nunez, a Boston-based developer who shares a strong belief in the paranormal. Nunez decided to continue the Heinzens' mission, offering tours, investigations, and private events at the house. However, she chose not to reside there full-time, citing the powerful energy within. While the house was not featured in the
Spooky.
movie, the Perron family's
Probably
real-life
more likely that she's
experiences
just like, I'm not
inside
living in
were
that
more
shit.
terrifying than any Hollywood script. The Perron family, devout Roman Catholics, moved into the house in January 11th, 1971, only to encounter inexplicable phenomena almost immediately. Their initial experiences included objects mysteriously moving, strange sounds, and even piles of dirt appearing on freshly cleaned floors. The
Oh
Perron
no,
daughters
somebody forgot to
reported
wipe their
seeing
shoes.
spirits, with some being benign and others malevolent. The spirit that took center stage in the movie, Bathsheba, was deemed to be the most malevolent of all, believing herself to be the mistress of the house. The alleged haunting escalated with terrifying encounters, including the smell of rotting flesh, levitating beds, and unexplained cold presences. The Warrens, renowned paranormal investigators, made multiple visits to the house to document the activity. During one seance, Carolyn Perron allegedly became possessed, speaking in tongues and levitating in her chair. The true story of The Conjuring, rooted in the Perron family's experiences, is far more chilling than the cinematic adaptation. Bathsheba Sherman, a real historic figure connected to the property, added an extra layer of horror to the tale. The Perrons believed that Bathsheba's malevolent spirit tormented them. Armed with this spine-tingling backstory, the fearless paranormal investigators ventured into the house to uncover the truth.
If I could actually do Morse code and write that out, I'd laugh my ass off going,
who had spent time
S,
in the house
O,
and shared
S.
footage of inexplicable events. The first piece shows John filming a door after hearing some strange noises. A second piece of chilling footage captured by John shows him exploring one of the living rooms. When out of nowhere, a woman's voice can be heard saying hello.
That's literally a fucking speaker.
A third piece presented by John shows some security camera footage captured from inside of the home.
Oh no,
The clip
fishing
shows
line.
something eerie happening in the library. Later,
More
while
fishing
sitting in the
line.
living room, John tries to capture an EVP or electronic voice phenomena. What he captures is nothing short of frightening. Take a listen.
Who is here with us? Did I just hear what I think I heard?
Having talked to witnesses and looking into the backstory, the investigation begins in earnest, with the team setting up their equipment and settling in for a very long night. Once inside the house, the team encounters...
See, I would love to try and figure out how to do an IRL, like visit to a haunted place. The problem is it would be so boring because it's like, come on, ghosts, do something spooky.
Felt like my eyes just rolled back and then I got really dizzy for a second. That was weird.
That's scary.
They strategically position stationary cameras throughout the home, hoping to capture paranormal activity on film. Their vigilance pays off when the home's security system detects something rather eerie.
I feel like I should do a tarot reading. It's moving! It's moving!
rocking chair seems to move all by itself. Later, during a spirit box session, eerie voices emerge from the box, further unsettling the investigators.
See, there's very easy ways to explain how the chair moves, and then EVP stuff.
As the investigation continues, the team reflects on the chilling footage and experiences within the house.
And that is truly a paranormal phenomenon. Something we don't exactly understand yet and defies our known laws of physics. Science always changes. One day we might have some of the answers, but until then, we will keep searching.
Okay, here's the problem.
Question remains, is this old farmhouse truly haunted?
Here's the problem. It's a tourist place. They're fucking with everybody who goes there.
The unsettling findings and hair-raising encounters documented by these paranormal researchers leaves us pondering the mysteries that still lurk within the walls of the old Harrisville farmhouse. Whether you believe in the paranormal or not, the real-life horrors experienced by the Perrin family and the ongoing investigations at this infamous location continue to captivate the imagination and challenge our understanding of the unexplained. I highly recommend watching the entire investigation as it contains evidence and stories that we've not been able to cover here. As always, I'll put links in the description box down below.
Wow, it's 10 p.m. and my day was fully booked with showings of this beautiful vintage 1962.
In a viral TikTok video uploaded by user Paranormal Vibes, viewers are thrust into a spine-tingling encounter as a real estate agent embarks on her first day on the job, rehearsing a video introduction late at night.
Wow, it's 10 p.m. and my day was fully booked with showings of this vintage 1963 bungalow.
Little did she know, this would be far from a typical property visit. The video begins innocently enough with the real estate agent standing inside the living room of a bungalow built back in 1963. As she begins her introduction, detailing the history of the old home, something eerie happens.
Wow, it's 10 p.m. and my day was fully booked with showings of this vintage 1963 bungalow.
She then grabs the camera and begins walking around the empty house.
Go ahead, do it again.
As she walks around the old home, she finds no one anywhere. Towards the end of the clip, something even more chilling begins to happen. Take a look. Watching that again, the smoke detector actually falls from the roof.
That's not that hard.
The agent then leaves the home in a panic and the clip abruptly ends.
See, no matter what, that's smart. Get the fuck out.
To the question on everyone's
Whether it's an
mind
actual
is,
ghost or it's a
is
person
this
screwing with her.
1963
Especially with the fact that there was a
bungalow
window open,
haunted?
by the way, if you saw.
The viral TikTok video leaves viewers pondering the eerie events that unfolded during that late night house tour. this next one isn't paranormal at all, but it's definitely weird. It's August 2022 and Crystal, known as Recover Together 22 on TikTok, is doing some shopping at her local Dollar Tree in Coventry, Rhode Island, when she suddenly notices something quite odd. Take a look.
There is not one employee in the store. There's a line for everyone to check out, and no employee in sight.
There's not one employee in the entire store.
And nobody can check out. Hello? I think somebody walked off the job, guys.
She checks the office, the bathrooms, the aisles. There's no one anywhere, save for a few other customers looking confused.
And we can't get anybody to
It's
respond.
Dollar Tree.
No one's back there? Wow.
Eventually, Crystal calls the police.
The girls said no one's back there.
The officers do a thorough search to make sure no one's passed out or injured themselves, but they find no employees anywhere.
And went to check out and
See, that's actually,
realized that
I will say
nobody
this.
in the store.
The person recording this she is a very good person, especially all the people who are not taking
Everyone
stuff.
begins to suspect that someone walked out on the job, leaving the entire store.
To be fair, it's a Dollar Tree. If somebody walked out in a Dollar Tree, I would not be surprised at all.
I think somebody walked off the job, guys.
Naturally, these clips went viral, with millions of people tuning in to find out what happened. In a follow-up comment, Crystal elaborates that she later found out that the last employee had left about an hour prior and didn't bother to lock the doors. So let me know what you would do in this exact situation. Let me know in the
So,
comments
in that
below.
situation, I feel like Dollar Tree should just give all the people who were there, like, just a bunch of coupons and stuff, just be like, just free shit.
Here's another odd little one uploaded to Instagram by the user Ibiza Times. It's definitely weird and needs no introduction.
Are we fire?
Yeah, that guy's just high on
Man is
life.
pushing a flaming pram down the street.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
A passing motorist slows down to see what's going on.
Are we fire?
I don't think there's any way to rationalize this one, so let's just move on.
Yeah, the dude's just high as fuck.
Are we fire?
He is either smashed or high as fuck.
Before we take a look at an extraordinary tale of survival in the Montana wilderness, remember to hit that subscribe button, then tickle that little bell icon there and turn on all channel notifications. That way you'll be in the loop every time we drop our scary and intriguing videos. In the heart of the Bob Marshall wilderness in Montana, a tale of survival and the inexplicable unfolded as Mike Stevenson, a Montana native and seasoned outdoorsman, found himself facing a perilous predicament in the unforgiving wilderness. Stevenson's chilling encounter with the unknown has left a mark on his life that still resonates with awe and wonder more than 4 decades later. The story begins with Stevenson, then a 20-year-old outfitter and trapper who had chosen to spend his second winter alone in the vast wilderness miles away from civilization. His mission was to trap pine marten, beaver and other fur-bearing animals. Stevenson had set up a base camp and 3 remote spike camps, each a day's snowshoe journey apart, where he could take refuge while checking his traps. On one fateful winter day, Stevenson embarked on a trek to check some beaver traps several miles away from his base camp. As daylight dwindled and the snowfall intensified, Stevenson realized he was dangerously far from safety. Night had fallen and the raging blizzard had engulfed the landscape in an impenetrable darkness. The situation grew dire as Stevenson's sense of direction waned and hypothermia threatened to overtake him. However, a twist of fate intervened in the form of an owl. This owl, whose species Stevenson later identified as Bard, had frequented his hunting camp earlier in the season. It would perch atop a tall snag and hoot throughout the night, providing company to the solitude-seeking trapper. In his his darkest hour, Stevenson heard the unmistakable hoot of the owl in the distance. Desperation led him to follow the sound of the owl's calls, with each hoot providing a glimmer of hope. The owl led him through the pitch-black forest, guiding him past treacherous terrain and preventing him from plummeting into a dangerous drop near Big Salmon Creek. Stevenson's harrowing journey came to an end when he stumbled upon the woodpile near his camp, and he was able to ignite a life-saving fire. The owl's mysterious guidance had not only led him to safety, but had also saved him from peril. Reflecting on that life-altering night, Stevenson's voice resonates with wonder and reverence. He attributes his survival to what he describes as the medicine owl, a creature sent by the Creator to offer help in the most extraordinary of circumstances. As the years have passed, Stevenson's connection to the natural world has deepened, and he's become more attuned to the unseen forces that surround us. Through ceremonies and discussions with Blackfeet elders, he's come to appreciate that sometimes assistance arrives in the most unexpected and enigmatic
Okay, where's the creepy part about it? It's just a cool story.
The owl in the midst of a blizzard remains a testament to the mysteries of the wilderness and the inexplicable forces that can come to our aid most.
Now, in case you haven't heard the awesome news, we've launched a brand new second channel. If you want to see the latest episode, check out that link on the top there. Otherwise, there's...
Alright then, Lurka. What do we got? What time is it? 9:27? Yep. Alright. Let's see our options. Alright, so... I love how you didn't even give me time to ask the damn question. Oh. If she's on later this week, we will do Princess Aria. If not, then next time she's on, we'll try and remember to do it. Alright, let's go raid Goblin Mommy. Who's playing for Left 4 Dead 2. Tomorrow we're going to be playing some more Pseudo Regalia. And trying to escape this castle, I guess. And then Wednesday we've got potentially some more mini painting. I don't know. We'll figure something out. I might make it a Warhammer Wednesday and we'll play something Warhammer related. And then Thursday we've got a Blue Twitch stream night. Blue Twitch video game night. But I'm going to get this raid cooking. I hope you all have a good evening. I hope you all get a good rest. If I don't see you the rest of this week, I hope to see you again sometime soon. Bye, my lovelies.